This is day 2 of the North South Traverse. There's quite a bit of interest in this quilt. I was a bit skeptical about quilts, to be honest. First night using it, I'm actually sold on it already. I'm heading up to Thompsons Track now. Oh man, my body has taken a hammering on this trip. Hi honey. So currently at the moment I'm in Kauritatahi River. Motutapere. Te Rereatukahia. Good night from me, and we'll catch you in the morning. Hopefully my tent's gonna survive because it's really windy out there. Well, good morning folks. So I'm at the Poupou Campsite, morning 2, and I'm just going to have some breakfast. So this morning I'm just going to have a couple of Uncle Toby's. I'm going to crack on and make a real Aeropress coffee with my new Aeropress Go. So currently at the moment it's 7 o'clock and I absolutely slept like a log. It was a really good night's sleep. I'm going to finish my Aeropress Go and my humble porridge breakfast, and then I'll start packing up. And I'll show you my new sleep system. A lot of people interested to have a look at my new quilt, so stick around for that. Anyway, I'll come back to you shortly. Seriously, does life get any better than this? Let me show you my sleep system because there's quite a bit of interest in this quilt. So first of all, I put all my clothes generally on the ground. It just adds another layer of protection against stones on your mat and another layer of insulation. This is a full-length X-Ped R rated at 2.5. I absolutely love this, and I blow this up now with the flexi towel, and I tell you, after last night I was tired. Last thing I wanted to do was blow something up by breath. I always use a silk liner, and I've actually gone back to this original fairy down, of course the famous $3 Kmart pillow. I've moved away from a sleeping bag to a quilt in order to reduce around about 400 grams, I think it is. This quilt is what they call an ice flame. It has a weight of 585 grams. The difference with these, of course, is that they don't have a zip. So at the end there is actually a toe box which you can just cinch up, and can I tell you that I was absolutely warm and toasty, particularly at my feet. But if you wanted to get some more airflow, you could simply open that up. But yeah, it just cinches up at the toe box. There is a zip at the bottom, so you could actually have this all the way open and it's just literally a blanket slash quilt. But I have this so that I can create a toe box. It comes with 2 straps, and the straps hook on to the sides, and there are 2 of those, and that just holds everything really nice. And I was a bit skeptical about quilts, to be honest. First night using it, I'm actually sold on it already. I think it's about 95% duck down. It's hydro treated, and here's the amazing thing, guys. I purchased this via AliExpress. I know some of you local retailers aren't going to enjoy hearing this. I think it was only something like landed $289. Now ordinarily in New Zealand these would cost you up around about $700. It's a 700 loft. It is rated comfort level to -2. I'm tending to only probably use this for 2 to 3 seasons, so this is absolutely ideal. Let me just pack this all up and I'll show you what that cramps down to. That's how small it compacts down to. Super light, as I say, 585 grams. That's your normal drinking water bottle. Yes, love your hats. If you haven't seen that video, our highest hut in the North Island, go up and see that up in the link above. Now the cramp bag probably isn't waterproof. Yes, the down is water treated or water repellent, but I still prefer to put it in its own dry sack. So my other part of my sleep system is, that's the X-Pede. I'm absolutely loving my FlexiTowel 1.2, I think they call this. Yeah, it's 1.2 FlexiTowel, and that just sits in this little repair pocket of my sleep mat. Everything I tend to do is in dry bags. This is my pillow and my silk liner. I'm going to pack this stuff up, but let's just quickly show you around the campsite. Now you might think that having a silky saw, in this case a pocket boy, it weighs 200 grams, so it was a bit of decision. You might think that that was a unnecessary 200 gram luxury, but let me show you where it came in handy last night. You could also use this if you get caught out, your gas fails and you have to build a fire, then you're going to have to cut some wood. So let me show you around the tent and just how that actually worked. This is my Indy one. It comes from a company in Hamilton called Intense Outdoors, and I absolutely love this tent. It's poleless, and as a result you need a central pole. And so what I did is I, with my silky saw, had to cut a pole because I left my tramping pole accidentally, and I put a sock up the top here so it doesn't hurt the nylon. Plenty of room in here. All my gear just sat down there last night. My pack and my boots sit in the vestibule. You would have seen this before if you're following my channel, but I cut these little things once again, silky saw, and then this just pulls the side away, and then what happens is then that just gives me a lot more headroom. My Indy one weighs in at just under a kg, and with all the ropes and guidelines I think it takes it to about 1.1. Once again, it's not ultralight, but this is the tent that I always carry with me just in case the huts are full. That might be something that you might like to consider in 2025. Alright, so I'm just going to pack all my gear up and going to head out of here like a bald man. I stuff my tent into the stuff sack. I don't roll it, and that way you don't have creases. Now I am absolutely loving this Naturehike bag. It is doing everything that I need it to do. Seriously, I've been really quite impressed with it. Just leaving Poupou Campsite. Let's have a bit of a quick look around this site, shall we, and just see what's available and see how many campsites there are. Probably one. Kind of two. I was camped here. Three. That's a lovely little camp. Four. There is this communal area over here. And that's really about it. I'll get this out of the way. I spent a lot of money in 2024 buying new gear, not to mention my MacBook Pro, which is $3,500, and I can tell you the small amount of money you get from AdSense doesn't cut it, and you guys don't pay for that. So look, if you find any value in what I do, perhaps you're looking for a way of assisting somebody like me, because you're that kind of person, then I would certainly appreciate if you either use the super thanks, or over the holidays I created a buy me a coffee. No, I don't think I've got that quite right, so just put in the amount that you feel generous to donate. And look, that just really helps me to keep my gear fresh. Yeah, so I'm heading up to Thompsons Track now. So I'm picking from Poupou, rude sounding name, isn't it? I'm picking that from Poupou Campsite up to Thompsons Track. Is probably going to be one of the toughest sections. I was about 5-10 minutes on the other side of Poupou Stream, and I'm coming up this rather steep climb thinking something doesn't feel quite right. And then I realised I'd left my hiking pole behind. These sticks, by the way, are the best ones you can have. No crying if you actually leave it back at a hut or something like that, because if you can find another nice piece of wood, you just cut yourself another one. Who else thinks the same way as that? Anyway, upwards and onwards to Thompsons Track. It's about 9 k's, I think it is, probably about 5 hours, and I've got an elevation climb somewhere around 400 to 500 meters. So I hope you continue watching now. This is day 2 of the North South Traverse, Kaimai Ranges in New Zealand. Now that's the spider web. Yeah, so by day 2 you kind of hope that you've sorted a few things out. I've got the food snacks in my side pocket, what I'll be needing by the time I get to Thompsons Track. I can feel it's a stinking hot day, so it's important that you do things like, in my case, you would have seen that I put, I was going to say makeup, sunscreen on my ears, yeah, big as they are, and under my chin and on my arms. I'm going to continue to wear my UV top, albeit it is a little bit hot, but I'm going to save you having to see my six-pack. Anyway, onwards and upwards. On day 2, where I'm heading up to Te Rereatukahia Hut to fill up. Let's see if I'm still doing that in another 12 or so hours. Look how beautiful this is. Actually, I was just thinking, this is probably some of the best bush I've seen. It's unlikely a lot of people come through this section in comparison to the rest of the routes in the North South Track, but no, this is just absolutely lovely. Honestly, this is just such, this is so good for the soul. Where is everyone? We're in Christmas and school holidays, and I have seen very few people. Seriously, where is everyone? Beautiful hiking terrain. I'm seriously blown away with how beautiful this area is. It's so untypical of the Kaimais. It's really quite open and sparse. I mean, just have a look at the surroundings here. I mean, you can see through the trees quite well. I think these are like Rereatukahia trees. What a stunning piece of hiking through here. Might take my head off to whoever's doing the trapping. There's a lot more bird sound in this area. I'm seeing a lot more traps in this area. So somebody is obviously taking real good care. But honestly, look at this. Look at this. These beautiful natives. Beautiful native trees. How stunning this is. Look at them all coming up here. Got to get my step counted up now, don't I? What really happens behind the camera. Oops. What an awesome little campsite this is. So this is the second stream, well, the first stream north from Poupou. Someone set up a campsite. Now look, I just had a bit of a slip. So yeah, I guess sort of attend to myself medically. Generally speaking, with an area like this, oh yeah, here it is here. People tend to stash gear. You just hope that this isn't stashed and left. This kind of looks a little bit stashed and left. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. If I was coming here regularly, I might do it. But yeah, anyway, look, I better attend to this. Got a little bit of claret and carry on hiking. So you've been waiting long, mate? You have? Look, I hate to tell you, but I don't think your friend's going to turn up anytime soon. But look, can you tell me please, which way do I go to the Thompsons Track? Oh, okay. Hey, thanks a lot. I really appreciate the assistance. North I shall go then. Alright, what have we got here? That's a bit civilized. Now look, whenever you go downstairs, you always go down backwards, preferably not holding a GoPro. I'm running a bit behind. It's currently 11 o'clock. Time is not my friend today, because where I want to get to camp tonight is in a bit of a awkward position, and last time I came through there at night it wasn't the easiest to navigate. So yeah, I'll push on to Thompsons Track, make a decision from there in terms of if I'm going to stop for a break, and then I'll head on to Motutapere Hut. The bush through here has been incredible. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the walks that I've done in Great Barrier actually. Lots of palm trees. So if you haven't been to the Barrier, maybe you'd like to start at that video there. And I've done a heap of them. Better stop gas bagging and done this interesting ladder. We got another one of those coming up. That'll be today, I think. Yeah, Motutapere. Yeah, it'll be today. The iron ladder. Right, this is a bit confusing. I've just come through a dry riverbed. There was no markers, but I persisted, and I see a marker there. Now that kind of looks like an exit, but exits should always have a big orange triangle. There might be something around the corner. I'll wander over there to see if I can find another marker. But yeah, this isn't very well marked. Anyway, I better fill up with water. So there's the big triangle there. Gosh, I tell you, there's no way you would see that. Alright, we're on the right track, that's the main thing. Once again, it's a little bit obscure. There's this arrow here saying back into the river. So this is actually the Kauritatahi stream or river. My favourite backcountry hut with, it doesn't have a fire, with the most amazing views, the Kaimai Manukau, is Kauritatahi, but it's a little bit awkward to get to at the moment with a landslip. Anyway, it looks like I'm supposed to head down here. Oh, there's the marker up there. So if anyone's coming through on the North South Track and you come to Kauritatahi, just have to be a little bit cautious. It looks like we're zigzagging over the river. Hello. Yeah, hi honey. Look, currently at the moment I'm in Kauritatahi River. Yeah, I've got a ways to go. I'm heading up to Thompsons Track. Alright hun, look, I'll give you a call when I can get some better reception, eh? Catch you then. Really like these bush telephones. Most convenient. Did you really think I'd come back down here with my pack? No. Mate, this is intense. My phone dings, so there must be some Wi-Fi just up here. I better check. This is incredible. I better see if I got some Wi-Fi. I haven't spoken to any of my followers on my wife for a day and a half. I better see if I got some Wi-Fi. I haven't spoken to my wife for any of my followers on my day and a half. I have been to this point many times. So if you haven't seen my series on Kaimai DC3, just look it up. Kaimai DC3 and you'll come across all the videos that I did with me and a party looking for the DC3 engines, which we found in the end after 60 years of being buried, and we got one of them choppered out back to Tauranga. So go and have a look at that link. So from behind me here, I've always been curious what's beyond this point, and so now I know. Currently at the moment it's 1:25. I'm going to head up to Thompsons Track, and then I think I might have a brew. Running a little bit behind. I think I'm supposed to be at Thompsons Track in 5 hours, and I left at 9 this morning, so in theory I've got to get there in about half an hour. See what happens. If you're looking for a place to camp, just north of that Kauritatahi Junction is this nice little spot. I think this is actually where Zeb stopped on his second night when he was doing the North South. And then behind me is actually a funny old toilet, so I suspect this must have been either timber milling industry or something like that. But anyway, I'm going to carry on up to Thompsons Track. There's actually a few spots up there that you could camp at as well. Alrighty, so that's lunch over at the Thompsons Track campsite. So I'm now heading off to Motutapere. Actually, let me just check with past Dave to see if that's right.
Motutapere.
Motutapere.
Motutapere. How do you say it?
Okay, I always say it wrong. Yeah.
Same here.
Alright, I need this lady as my guide. I told you I always get it wrong. Now that's allegedly 2 hours away. It's about 3k, I think it is. Yeah, so we'll catch up there. This is the infamous Thompsons Track. I always call it the scar of the Kaimais, but hey, boys have got to have their fun. Boys or girls have got to have their fun. But what I do need to show you is a track marker if you're heading south up that way. And if you're heading north, don't go down Thompsons Track, that'll go out to the main road, Maramara. You're veering off to the right, so it's not very well signposted here. Little one, did you fall out of the nest a little bit early? Hey? Pretty little thing you are. Oh, can fly. So we're just up above Thompsons Track, and actually here's another campsite, way better than the one at Thompsons Track. So yeah, I'd prefer to stay there. I think they call this area 1,000 acres or something. It's quite an unusual piece of what must have been ex-farmland. It's pretty stunning, huh? We're going to start getting some views now. This is the Waikato Hauraki Plains, and there'll be Sentinel Rock over there. Got me in trouble. So this is Bay of Plenty. No markers through this section. You'll find this random gate post, and I think it's either off to the right or through here, but you're just going to have to use your Topo app. Oh boy, that was a real ordeal. So I've just come out of there. You'll see on my GPS trail just how off route I got when I passed that wooden post. Anyway, so what I did is I continued to use 3 of my navigational maps and just checked in with each other to determine the direction I should be heading before I hit this trail, and now I'm back on course. But that's really worn me out, and yeah, pushed me back a bit. Anyway, the secret here was to I've put everything in my pack because I was just absolutely caught up in Supplejack. the thing is just remember that you're only temporarily displaced, and it's just a matter of time, if using some calm head and common sense, that you'll get yourself out of it. Motutapere. Now the right thing to do here is to go in and fill in the intentions book, and I need to fill up with water. There's quite likely going to be somebody here, but I'm not going to stop here, as tempting as it is. Currently it's 5:15, because I made that little off-track error. I lost half an hour, so it's actually taken 2.5 hours to get from that Thompsons Track campsite. Yeah, time is slipping away on me, so I'm going to write the intentions, and then I'm going off to Te Rereatukahia. However you pronounce that, I'm really tired. This is Motutapere. It's a great little backcountry hut, and it's one of the forgotten 5. And who have we got in here for the night? Hello!
G'day, g'day.
I'm just passing through.
Ah, cool. Having a good day?
Should day. I'm Dave.
Gareth.
Pleased to meet you. Well, that was a quick stop at Motutapere Hut. A couple of lovely hikers in there. David, actually, who follows me, which is really kind of cool. I sort of shook his hand and said, "Hey, I'm Dave," and I said, "Oh, actually I know who you are." So yeah, I'm getting more and more of that, particularly around the Waikato. Anyway, I'm pushing on now to Te Rereatukahia Hut, 4 hours away. To be honest, I think I'm really pushing it, so I'll make some decisions as I go along. I mean, I've got a head torch with only 1 day's worth of battery usage, and then I've got another 4 spare batteries, and then I've got my video light, so I'm not concerned about torch light. I'm just a little bit concerned about being able to see track markers at night. Anyway, I better put this away and head down, bum up as it were. Oh man, my body has taken a hammering on this trip. Anyway, you don't get hard by wrapping yourself up in cotton wool now, do you? And it's good to know what you can push your pain levels and limits to. Oh, this is a nice little rest, but I better keep going. Finally. I'm saved. Alrighty. That's where we're heading. Te Rereatukahia. An hour and a half. That'll put me at 9 o'clock-ish at the speed that I'm going. You know what, I've never been down this track, Ultralight Track. It's a relief to get to this point, I tell you. I am slipping in time, but I know that I'm kind of safe from this point. Alrighty. Let's head off to the hut then, shall we? Here we go again. It's 9 o'clock. It's gone dark. But whereas we hiked an hour in the dark last night, I'm thinking maybe half an hour tops. It's 9:15 and we're at the intersection of tomorrow I'll be heading off to Waitawhata and beyond. I was supposed to camp up there for about 2 hours away from here, but common sense tells me that I'm staying at the hut. It's 9:30 and I've just turned up at Te Rereatukahia and it is absolutely blowing a gale. This wise gentleman's packed his tent up and he's going inside, but I am going to shelter down in the trees. This is where I am going to camp for the night. How good is that? Woohoo! Folks, it's going to take a while to set up my tent, so I'll get back to you once I'm all set up and I'll start cooking some food. Thanks for watching now. It's currently 11 o'clock and it's a little bit cooler today at 13.5 degrees. I've done probably around about 20 k's today. I'm not quite where I wanted to be on day 2. My body's probably thanking me for that, but just common sense said from this point through to Baldy through to Waitawhata on the old North South Track, well, it was just a little bit, it's a bit gnarly and dicey, particularly at night, so I decided not to do that. Hut here tonight is completely full. I've come in and most people were already in bed, so I haven't really got to say hi to anybody at all. Anyway, look, I'm tucked in amongst some trees because it's blowing so hard beside the hut that this tent probably wouldn't be able to handle it. So I hope I don't have any tree fall. It's a little bit lumpy underneath. The tent's not as taut as it should be. And can you believe it? I actually put my lovely hiking pole down somewhere and left it. So as I said to you on day 1, if you don't buy a hiking pole and you just cut one, well, there's just no tears when you go to lose it. So I just cut another one for my hiking and for the tent. Anyway, it's a good night from me, and this will be the end of day 2's video. So thank you so much for watching. Of course, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and look, I really do love to hear your comments. Look, just a final note, yeah, today my Joby tripod got smashed. It probably happened when I did a bit of accidental bush bashing. Good night from me, and we'll catch you in the morning. Hopefully my tent's gonna survive because it's really windy out there.